In the final episode of our feature, Tana Delta, Picking Up the Pieces,
our reporter Kathryn Omwadho looks at the plight of children, most of them orphans, who have been left scarred by the violence that claimed over 100 lives and left 15,000 people homeless.
Lying on her side is the only way Muslima Shora can get some sort of relief from the septic wound at the back of her neck. The 9-year-old girl was speared 8 weeks ago during the Tana clashes. The initial medical treatment she received seems to have failed. She's frail, shivering, and has not been eating well. When we ask her why, she says the pain worsens when she chews her food. Because of the septic wound, Muslima has not been to school in weeks.
Hata hii pia amekwenda shule lakini ameshika homa. Hapa amerudi pale prosheni, mefura kidogo, lakini hali yake dakika hii mbaya, si mzuri.
A few houses from Muslima, we come across Jamila Yakubu. Jamila is one of the survivors of the Kilelengwani massacre that occurred on the 10th of September this year. She sustained deep cuts on her head and arm. Her father knows that she is lucky to be alive, given that 38 people were killed that day. However, though fate has been kind to the Yakubu family, her parents are scared to send her back to school.
Nikiangalia hivi, kusema kweli sioni mimi kupatikana amani hivyo.
Guyole is not the only parent who fears another attack. In Nduru region, the local school, Nduru Primary School, is deserted. The only occupant is the caretaker. The content written on the blackboard indicates that no one has been here since July, the end of the second term.
We are calling for the parents to bring their children back so that we can know their status.
9 schools have not been opened, and education officials here are worried.
We want these kids to go back. If it's a question of security, security is there.
This district is part of the county that was last.
It is clear that education in the Tana Delta is an issue that needs to be addressed. The Kenyan Constitution proclaims that it is every child's right to have an education. However, for the children of Tana Delta, this right has been hampered by constant conflict between the Orma and the Pokomo communities. If you walk into any school in the country, be it public or private, you'll always find students and pupils littered in the compound or in classrooms revising for exams. It's almost as if life is moving on. But in Tana Delta, life is not moving on. It's almost as if it's stagnant education-wise. There are claims that some teachers are too afraid to return to class, fearing that they could be attacked at any moment, a claim Ministry of Education officials in Tana Delta deny.
Teachers are teachers. They are professionals. And we believe that being Pokomos does not mean that they are partisan to any conflict. They only fear. And we have had several meetings, both with them as teachers and with the security. And security-wise, we have been assured by the DC, by the OCPD, and even the county commissioner that there is no problem.
Ironically, the General Service Police Unit deployed here does not seem to inspire much confidence among residents, especially with claims of rape and brutality as the security officers attempted to enforce peace in Tana Delta after the outbreak of hostilities. To ensure that local candidates in the year's Kenya Certificate of Primary and Secondary Education examinations are not affected by the sorry state of affairs, Education Permanent Secretary Professor George Godia has directed that all candidates from Tana Delta can sit their exams in centers of their choice.
Let them go to the nearest school where they are. If they had come to see their relatives in Mombasa, in Nairobi, anywhere where they are, they should go to any school and be allowed to sit for the examination, because it is not their fault. Hiyo tumetoa hiyo amri.
But then what happens to other pupils and students like Muslima and Jamila, who should be in class like other children nationwide?
We know that it's going to be a very big setback.
Children are often the most vulnerable during and after conflict. In Tana Delta, those like Jamila and Muslima have seen horrors that their minds cannot comprehend. They've been dragged into a conflict that most of them do not understand. Their only hope to end the recurring clashes and build a better future for the people of Tana Delta is through education, but this is a challenge here. Who will save this generation? Kathryn Omwadho, KTN.